Welcome to your new moon angel messages. Hello everybody, I'm Devon Doer. I'm doing this video early to give you plenty of time to think about the intentions you want to set going into this new year. This is the final new moon for 2024. The apex will be on December 30th. Here in the central time zone. That's going to be at 4:26 p.m. But the first thing I want to point out about this new moon is it's happening at 9 degrees and 44 minutes. That is an angel number, and I am so excited when things like that happen with new moon energy, or even full moons. But when you get to see the angel numbers at work in the degrees of the moon, it can be really exciting. Now, if you don't know anything about astrology, you don't need to. If you're just here for the angel messages, I will be guiding you step by step through that. I just wanted to let you know that the goal here is to give you this week ahead to think about this really powerful new moon and what kind of intentions you want to set. We're going to go into the energy of the moon and overall guidance for everybody. Then we're going to go through all 12 signs, and we're going to talk about your health and fitness, your career and finances, and your relationships. And then, of course, at the end, as always, we have bonus angel messages. I'm going to do something a little different at the end with the bonus message, so I'm excited to try it out and see what everybody thinks about it. If you're listening now live, I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from. If you are watching later in the recording, please give me a hello. I love seeing emojis and hearing how all of you are doing. Good morning, Linda. I see you in the chat there. Good morning, April. Great to see you. Yes, Celtic Cross is my all-time favorite spread. Of course, I use a lot of different spreads with angel cards. But thank you all so much for being here. Now, just a quick little announcement here, because my normal Wednesday lives are going to be happening on Christmas Day. I've already pre-recorded a video for you for Christmas Day, my normal time, 11 Central, that's 12 Eastern. I will have a video release that's going to give you an amazing New Year's resolution boost. It's another to all 12 signs. And so you're going to want to probably combine these messages here with this new moon and really be thinking about that for December 30th with the new moon, and December 31st, where we're all thinking about the new year. Check out that video because it goes along with the 2025 angel messages, which are already up right now. And another fun announcement, if you missed it, Chris Reck and I will be back live together. We are having so much fun doing all 12 signs readings on Tuesday, December 31st. We're going to be doing relationships in 2025. So that's going to be super fun to talk about relationships. But let's get into this Celtic Cross here. Loving seeing everybody in the chat. Good morning, MJ. Good morning, Shannon. Thank you for being here. My favorite, Linda saying my favorite thing to be in the now surrender. I love that. Yes. And good morning, Blondie. Yes, we're going to be doing these messages, all 12 signs here to get you started, but I have so much more coming up for you to really boost you into the new year. I do also have an angel class I will be teaching in 2025. So if you haven't already, check out the survey link below and let me know what you would like to learn about connecting with the angels. I'm going to be designing it around curriculum I've taught for many years, but then I'm going to be adding in things you all want to know. And there will be live coaching calls with me. So if you're looking to connect with me on that level, we will definitely be doing those in that angel class. So make sure you fill out that survey and let me know what you're looking for. Okay, let's get into these messages here. Thank you all so much for being here. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and sharing this video with anybody you think it would resonate with, it would really help push this video out to others, and I really appreciate it. Of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much to my subscribers for always being here. Great seeing you always, now or later. All right, we're going into these first messages here. Now, when we start with the Celtic Cross, usually the first card that I turn over, card number 1, the heart of your spread, has something to do with the question you are pondering, something going on, and it's really the angels acknowledging that they see you, they hear you, they're with you. So I always get angel bumps with this card. So we're going to be asking the angels about what we need to know about this new moon, and you're going to be thinking about those 3 areas of your life: your relationships, your health, and your career or finances. If you're retired, maybe your legacy. But like I said, we'll go into deeper guidance here for all 12 signs. So the first card we are pulling is, wow, relationships. All right, you guys, a lot of you, and I, including myself, we have intimate relationships that we are working on, that we are reviewing our options. We're wanting to bring better health to a relationship. Who was the first person that came to mind when you thought of an intimate relationship? This could be not just a romantic partner. It could be a child, a sibling. It could be a parent. It could be a close colleague. It could be somebody you are thinking about changing the relationship status with. So first person that came to mind, the angels are addressing you. We're going to be getting a lot of guidance around that. Now, when we talk about relationships, sometimes relationships do refer to your relationship to your health, your relationship to your job, your relationship to your, finances and things like that. So think about all those things as we're going through this, because we're going to get a lot more clarity, trust me. All right, moving into the challenge area. Okay, so the angels are acknowledging a lot of us have had way too much work going on lately. This could be what's affecting our relationship. We also need to be accepting help from others. And if you have been having some health concerns, they are saying it is related to stress. So again, we're getting 2 validation cards here about bringing better health to some area of our life, some kind of relationship. Like I said, a relationship to our body, a relationship to our work. And this is again saying how you've been feeling challenged to do that, because there's just been too much going on. It could be that you've been so busy with work that you've had to ignore a partnership. Maybe you've been too busy with children to make time for that romantic time with a partner, or even bring romance into your life. Have you been too consumed and been afraid to get out there? There's just been too much going on. But the angels always want us to have balance in all areas of our life. So definitely keep that in mind when you're listening to these messages, as far as where maybe too much stress has been creating this challenge with these relationships. All right, moving into the root of your spread, we have the 6 of Earth. All right, so another card of balance. There is a need to bring balance into your material resources, into where you're giving your energy. If you do that, that's going to bring in new opportunities for balance. So the way that they always work with us, and this is why I love the Celtic cross, is because it's just validation after validation, bringing clarity with each card. And they've already given us so much guidance right now where there is something that we need to bring better health to. And the way we do that is by bringing balance. So if you are working too much, if you found yourself overextended with finances, you're putting too much energy into other people's projects, or maybe it's time to go ahead and offer some kind of energy towards someone else so you can receive money to pay off any kind of debt or invest in yourself, that's going to be really, really important as well. So yes, let's move further into this Celtic cross so we can keep going here. We'll keep the pace up. We do have a card here representing the recent past. So this is most likely going to be addressing this challenge, but let's go ahead and see what the angels are talking about. Well then, this card right here is the angels are wanting you to know that you are really wanting to give birth to your dreams. And what's been going on for you is you haven't spent enough time nurturing yourself, nurturing what you want. What do you want out of a relationship? What do you want out of your career? Or what do you want to leave behind as your legacy? What do you want to see for better health? Are there things that you just have been kind of turning a blind eye to, and you know it needs to be addressed? Well, they're commending you for acknowledging that, but it is time to move forward with that and really empower yourself. So this card is a really great energy to have in the past. It's a reminder that we are strong enough to take on these challenges here, with whether it's a relationship with someone else or to a thing or to our body. Now, moving on to the crown of our spread here, we have, this is the time you are hearing this message. This is the present energy. Yep, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, so the bonus message I'm going to do at the end actually has to do with this card right here. And I didn't know I was going to get this card. I don't look at these cards before we go live. I just shuffle really well. I say my prayer protection. I lay them down, but I don't look at them ahead of time. And I knew this was going to come up. This is one of the reasons the angels asked me to do this video so early. Like I said, the new moon does not apex until Monday, December 30th, but you need this entire week to move through these intentions and really think about this stuff so we can go into the new year strong, so we can have this final new moon of 2024 really work for us, right? So right now, at the time you're hearing these messages, there is something that you need to make a decision about. Maybe you need to do some more research, and you definitely need to avoid any kind of procrastination. So that's a big energy coming through. Have you been putting off facing these issues with a relationship, with your health, with a job? So you're going to have to make a choice very soon, is what they're saying. And the reason that you haven't been making this choice is you don't have enough information. So we're going to get some clarity for you that will hopefully give you that information, or at least guide you to where you can find that information. But think of this as an opportunity to consider how you feel about all your options. And that's what they're asking you to do right now. And one of the things that's really powerful about this new moon, and by the way, when we go to all 12 signs, I will talk about what house this is in for you. You don't need to know anything about astrology. I'll explain it, but that does help you with getting clarity on where these decisions need to be made, or specifically what it means for you. But one of the things I was getting just intuitively about this new moon is it's not the normal new moon energy of being all about manifestation. There is a release that's coming with this new moon as well. It's actually 9/11 here as I'm saying that, 911. So there is healing that we need to bring in with this new moon. And that means releasing something from the past, facing an issue. Okay, so we'll get some clarity with that. But that is just, I believe we had that energy with the last new moon too. And that's one of the things that we want to keep in mind as we go into the new year is what are the things that we're releasing to make room for the new. And since they've already mentioned that there's just too much work going on right now for all of us, and there's just too much stress in our lives, even if you're retired or even if you're a student, you don't have like a normal career, there's still something that's been really diverting your attention away from making this decision and bringing better health to some sort of relationship in your life. So what's coming up in the near future for all of us here? We have Ace of Air. Oh, a wonderful card here. So this is brilliant new ideas, seeing the truth of a situation. Now, this can be where we get excited about an idea and we start taking action on it, and it's a little harder than we thought to get going, but it's still a really great card. This is a card of communication. And because we have this card in the crown about needing to make a decision to get the information we need and stop procrastinating on it, this card is validating that there is somebody we can talk to about this where we can get that information. So stay open to that guidance coming through when we get to our external factors here, because one of the things to keep in mind is you are not meant to do this alone. The angels will guide you towards the information you need to make a decision. They will also help you with having the strength, that Empress energy to face that issue. So that's another key thing to keep in mind. Definitely remembering to grab that journal of yours. And I always ask for help with everything I'm doing every morning. And excuse me, I'll just put that down over there. And we want to remember to ask for that help and stay open to where we're being guided. I had a fun little thing happen the other day where I was planning out my day, and I had very limited time to get everything done between appointments and picking kids up from school and all that. And I was like, okay, I really want to get gas before I go to on this one errand, and I do this. And that's going to be my only time while I'm out today. In the area where we live, there's actually not a lot of gas stations around, so you kind of have to be strategic. And I was all set and everything was going in divine flow, and I was about to pass the gas station my last chance to stop for gas before I had to go on this busy schedule. And all of a sudden this car comes out of the gas station I'm passing I'm totally lost in thought, and the car starts honking its horn really loudly. And all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, I was like lost in thought driving. And I had plenty of time to slow down, put my blinker on, and turn into the gas station. And while I was in there, I was like, man, I don't like going to this gas station because it's hard to make a left turn out of here. So I just asked the angels, can you help me just be in divine flow? Well, sure enough, I get in, get out, and then I have an easy turn out of the gas station. And I was just chuckling to my spiritual team, which of course is not just your angels, it's, your spirit guides, passed away loved ones. But I was thanking them because even though that horn, and I don't even know, it was somebody honking at someone else, was so loud, it jarred me into the present moment. I went, oh crud, I was about to totally fly past this gas station and mess up my entire schedule for the day. But my team made sure I paid attention, and I thought that was just a fun thing. So that definitely went in my journal. Like, thank you for getting my attention on that. And those are the little ways we can be guided to this information. So I wanted to share that with you. Now, here's your personal power with this situation. We had the 8 of water, okay? So when we see this card, this is telling us to really get clear on what our feelings are telling us about our options as well. So again, we have this 7 of water card here in the present moment, in the crown of our spread, and then our power comes from making that decision. What is it in your life that's no longer emotionally fulfilling? Have you committed to a project? Have you always taken the same trip or done the same thing, routine every year for a holiday, and it's just no longer fulfilling you? Now, again, we did start off this guidance talking about relationships. So it may be somebody in your group of friends or an organization you're a part of where it's just no longer emotionally fulfilling. So your power, because this is where your personal power is, your power comes from addressing that and admitting to yourself, you know what? I need to make a decision about this relationship, to this group, to this job, to this person. So where does my power come from? Getting really clear on what's no longer working, what's no longer allowing your heart to feel authentic. All right. So I'm going to ask you to write a pocket affirmation. I'm going to ask you to write in the comments below, I am authentic. If you'll write that in the comments below, I am authentic. And we want to be authentic with ourselves about our feelings. And this can sometimes even mean doing some of that shadow work and trying to get clear about, why do I feel this way? Maybe you feel bored about something because you need more challenge. The relationship's gotten boring. Again, this could be your relationship to your workout routine, your relationship to your creative project. But we do want to first be authentic, asking our heart where we need to move on from something. And that's going to help us when we have this communication coming in to really, if we do have to seek that trustworthy advice from a friend, from a professional, go online, getting some information. If we have to see the truth of a situation, at least being authentic about our emotions, that's where our power is going to come. Okay. So when you hear information about a relationship or about making when you're doing this research, definitely listen to your feelings and be really authentic with yourself about that. Thank you, MJ, for writing that in the comments. I appreciate it. All right, now this card is your external factors. We have another 8 card here. It's an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. So this usually involves people around you. And again, here we've got this procrastination card here. And, I really feel like one of the big thing to keep in mind is maybe there is someone in your life who is also stuck. They're feeling stuck. They're not having the confidence they need to bring health to a relationship or to face an issue. So, who was the first person that came to mind here? Maybe the reason that you are feeling this way and you are having this 8 of water in your personal power is because someone else that's involved with you is afraid to take action. So you may have to really take the lead there. Like this beautiful unicorn is taking the lead and leaving behind something in the past. That might be something that's coming up for you. So moving into the 9th card of this spread. Now this usually represents your hopes or your fears. And again, we are going to get to all 12 signs here in a minute. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be the thing that leads to change for you. We have this awakening card. We have Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is a messenger angel. And look what we had here about the near future. We will be receiving a message, a new idea, a new creative inspiration. So we want to be on the lookout from that. And one of the things to keep in mind here is that we want to look at things from a different perspective, especially if there is a slowdown or a pause in a situation. But remember, we did just do that pocket affirmation, I am authentic, and look what this card says. It's important to be yourself. So in order to use this energy for your highest good, you will need to look at things differently and really be honest with yourself about how you feel. We have so much energy around feelings and emotions and being bored and wanting to leave something behind because it's no longer fulfilling. So if you're really authentic about that, this is going to benefit you with this new moon and setting intentions going into the new year. When they talk about getting a new perspective, it means essentially, instead of saying, oh man, that was such a waste of time, I shouldn't have invested in that, I shouldn't have spent so much time in that relationship, instead flip the script and say, you know what I learned from that? I learned I don't want that energy around me anymore, or I learned this isn't for me, right? So we do want to always be looking for what we learned. And then ultimately, that's going to bring the end to this difficult situation. So this final outcome card is really perfect for this, okay? When we take action on these new ideas, when we do our homework and we stay open to a new perspective, then we are going to see that things are going to start to get much better. So again, like I said, with this new moon energy overall, it's going to be more about releasing things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. And that's going to bring in this change. Okay. So we're going to go into all 12 signs to give you a lot more clarity here, but definitely keep that in mind as we go through that, this is coming for you. But with a new moon where we're normally setting intentions, really the intentions we're setting for this new moon is about releasing, making a decision about what no longer serves us, and being really authentic about what's no longer emotionally fulfilling. So we're going to get some more guidance coming through. Hopefully a new idea will come through with this one-on-one guidance, but also at the end, I'm going to do the bonus message that I did say I would, it's going to be a little different, but it does involve, this energy right here about needing to get the information to be able to make a decision. Okay. So whatever this decision is, it's not easy. But we're going to want to really follow our heart for it. All right. So let's go into all 12 signs. And then again, like I said, I'll wrap it up with the bonus message here. We will start with health and fitness. Then we will go on to career and finance. And then we will do relationships. I do encourage you to listen to all 12 signs because we have all of us have all 12 signs in our chart. But we're going to start off here with the Aries. What do you think of my little icon here? I thought that might make it easier for you. Just playing around, getting fancy with my technology. So for the Aries, this new moon, which is in Capricorn, like I said, at 9 degrees, 44 minutes. That 944 is an angel number. By the way, if you haven't checked out my angel number series, definitely go check it out. You could probably get even more clarity around these messages from that. For Aries, this is happening in your 10th house of career, legacy, public reputation. So think about that. If you're a student, where do you want to head with the things you're learning? If you're in a job right now, what's emotionally fulfilling, what isn't? Are you wanting to seek your own business? Are you wanting to go out on your own? And if you're retired, what about your legacy? What do you want to leave behind that people will remember you for, right? So that's what the Aries want to be thinking about with this energy. And let's first go into health and fitness for the Aries. Wow, you're getting a yes on something. There is something coming through for you that you're procrastinating making a decision on it because you don't know if it's right for you, especially when it comes to your health. So maybe you have been feeling a little overworked lately. Aries, you tend to be really strong and just work yourselves and go, go, go. It could be that there is something in your health and fitness that could change to really bring in more energy for you, so that you're not just going all the time and bringing in these stress-related health concerns. So over this next week, look for ways that you might be able to adjust your schedule, take more time to rest, and definitely be open to what your feelings are telling you. What's the truth about how you actually feel? Are you feeling run down? Are you feeling overcommitted? Look at what your daily routine is like now, and how can you bring in more balance in the new year? Because again, that was one of the first things that came through. We want to bring in good health, okay? Aries. Moving on to your career and finance, which of course, like I said, new moon is happening in your 10th house. We have another card about health, getting some exercise and getting out there and really embracing that energy of, the feeling we get when we get out and get some fresh air. This has been a consistent message for you, Aries. So taking more time to get outside, slow down, but get exercise. Maybe you're putting too much on yourself with your health and fitness. Now, again, this is in your career and finance sector, and also where the new moon is happening. So they're telling me a lot of your new ideas are going to come to you while you're moving. So is there a type of exercise you can do that will allow you to just get lost in thought? I love going for leisurely walks with no electronics and just looking for all the signs out in nature. Swimming can be really good because that water energy really helps, and we have all this water energy in this spread. And of course, the moon itself is a water sign, and so we want to definitely focus on our feelings when we're out in nature, and how do we really feel about our career and finances. I'm feeling for a lot of Aries out there, you're ready for something different. You're bored. You're not challenged enough. It's just kind of a been there, done that energy for Aries. And we have had the North Node in your 10th house for quite a while now. I believe it's January 6th. It will be moving out of Aries, but keep that in mind, Aries, because there's a lot of energy there to support you to make this change. Now, for some of you, it is going to be a new job opportunity or an opportunity to do something new in work. But it's gonna take doing the research to know if that's right for you. And for relationships, Aries, especially around this new moon, they are really wanting you to enjoy life more. Get outside in nature. That's been the big overall message for Aries. It's get outside, stop to smell the roses, do things that make you enjoy the romance of life. When I see this card, it reminds me of how much I love decorating the house for Christmas, and the low light of I always use the warm Christmas lights, and it just feels like little candle lights flickering, and it just feels so cozy and romantic. And that's the kind of things we can do. It doesn't have to be an actual like having a romantic partner. It can be just finding romance in life. So that's going to really benefit the Aries. Okay, moving on to Tauruses. Tauruses, this new moon is happening in your 9th house. So this is again about education. This is about long distance travel. This is about your beliefs. There's something coming up for you with this new moon that's going to really empower you if you're authentic about what do you really believe, and also what do you no longer believe. There are things you're probably leaving behind, maybe traditional spiritual teachings, or you're going to the next level with your spiritual teachings, Taurus. So let's look and see here. What do we have for your health and fitness? Okay, another card validating everything. Easy does it, Taurus. It's time to slow down, detach, retreat, and allow the healing to occur. Taurus, when you get your mind set on something and you want to do it, we know you can get it done. You're powerful manifestors, but they're wanting you to take it easy. Slow down with this new moon energy. Take time off. Really spend time in quiet meditation, getting clear on what do you believe about your future and what no longer serves you. Is it time to go ahead and plan that trip, or is it time to go ahead and study some kind of belief system on a deeper level? Your viewpoints, there's something something that's changing for you here. And we need to release the past because that's a big part of this new moon energy. Even though it's a new moon, we're releasing something here. And in your career and fitness, Taurus is talking about waiting for the right time to move forward. And they're saying now is the time. So what have you been sitting on with a project? Okay. Career and finance. This could also be budgeting. It could be time to invest in something. It could be time to sell something. It could be time to leave a business venture behind to go do something new. And it could be, again, just really taking the time to address your finances and say, you know what, I'm ready to invest in myself. I'm ready to bring balance. We had that card right here in our subconscious, our root of the spread, about bringing balance to our financial resources. So there's something that you can do now to aid that, Tauruses. Moving into your relationships for Taurus, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. All right, so what's the first thing that came to mind for you? Now, relationships, this could be romantic, but it could also be a situation where, you know, maybe it's time to go ahead and let your kids do more things on their own so that you have time for yourself. Maybe you've been supporting your spouse and their business. Maybe you've been supporting a colleague or a boss too much and you need to move away from that situation and get more energy for your own business, your own creative projects. But Taurus, there is something that you need to take back control. Now, this could also be a situation where you're giving your power away to a relationship. You're allowing yourself to feel that it be in one of those yo-yo relationships, right? Where you think the other person is going to return the energy you're giving and then they take it away just before. And this could be a boss. This could be anybody that you feel like it's a yo-yo up and down situation. They want you to get out of that. And be back in control of your life. So whoever the first person or first relationship that came into mind, again, when we say relationships, there have been a lot about relationships to your body, relationships to your work. So it doesn't necessarily mean another person, but there is something you need to take back control. You've been giving your power away to it too much. And given that your career and finance is saying perfect timing, and this is in your 9th house of spiritual beliefs, it is feeling like you need to address where you've been giving your power away to an old traditional viewpoint or belief system that no longer supports you. It's time to take action and take control there. All right. Moving on to the Geminis. How's everybody doing there in the comments? Let me know where this is hitting you. It's really fun to go all 12 signs. I'm really enjoying this new format that we've been doing. And like I said, I will be doing the bonus messages at the end to bring some clarity to some of this. But Geminis, this new moon is happening in your 8th house. This is other people's resources. This is intimacy. This is going really deep, you know, and some of us have had guidance around needing to be authentic about how we feel. So for Geminis, it's time to make up your mind about how you really feel with something in your life. So let's get some guidance around that. With your health and fitness, we're seeing something around children for Geminis. Okay, so do you have children and there's something that you want to bring, you know, better health to your own physical body by asking them for support or maybe taking more time for yourself? Or are you having to make the decision that you do want to bring children into your life or you want to be a bigger part of your grandchildren's lives? There's something around this is going to bring better health. I'm being shown the energy of like the grandparent getting out there and getting in good shape so that they when their grandchildren are ready to start running around and go on the swing set, they have the health and fitness they need to keep up with their grandkids, right? But this could also be your own need to play with your health, and meaning like do something you enjoy. So going back to a sport you did as a kid that you enjoyed, doing that now to bring in better health, get exercise. Those kinds of things can really benefit you, Geminis. So start thinking about that for the new year. Is there some kind of health and fitness activity you can begin that helps you feel like a kid again? So I love that message there, Gemini. But let's get some more clarity with your career and finance, because again, this is going deep and this, like I said, in your 8th house. Now, this message is involving your career and finance, although this card is talking about a new way of eating, gives you energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation. And so what I'm getting from this card is maybe there is something that you're consuming right now that is not benefiting you when it comes time to put energy into your career and your finances. Is there something that is taking your mind off of, it's not allowing you to focus, or it's draining your energy, so you're too tired to work on that creative project? For those of you who might want to be out there, starting your own business, but you're having to do it on evenings and weekends because you have to keep your day job for a while, is there something that you're consuming that's kind of life negating, where you're not having the energy you need to work on those projects? But it could also be that something you're actually doing for work, that you're consuming for work, is draining you. So that might be the example of, let's say you have a job that's just kind of a toxic environment. You have to deal with cranky people, a cranky boss, things like that. That could be affecting your career and finances as well. So it's going to be time to move away from that. Again, this is happening in your 8th house of other people's resources. So I do think for some of you, this has to do with maybe a toxic boss or colleague, and it is affecting your job because they're not really supporting you. You're not able to really do the work you want to do because of that environment. So definitely think about where that's affecting you. If you're somebody who is, retired, or you're not here for questions about career finances, again, just take a look at your energy levels. Are there some creative projects you've been wanting to start, but you just never can find the energy or the time? This is where they want you to bring in focus here. All right, so let's move on to your relationships, Geminis. If you're just joining, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with anybody that resonates. It really helps other people find my video, and I appreciate it so much. So for Geminis, your relationships are going to be really, really exciting. Okay, so this says this could be the one. You're ready. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Now, again, you may not be here for a romance. We're not taking these cards completely literally. This could be a new person that's come to your life that could be your bestie, the person that you go to all the coffee shops in town with and explore the world, and your spouses become friends and your kids become friends, right? So this is not just about having a romantic relationship, but maybe it is for you. So think about who that is. Have you been questioning a relationship you're in right now and wondering, are we meant to be together long term? I know, Geminis, you're able to look at both sides of things, which can sometimes cause doubt. And so you're getting affirmation that some relationship in your life could really bring you a lot of joy, but you have to get clear on what it is that you want. Again, you have to get clear on what is emotionally fulfilling for you. Once you're clear on what is fulfilling for you, you will know what people are meant to be in your life. Again, this could be a new business partner. This could be the new neighbor that moved in and you realize, wow, we have a lot in common. Maybe this is the friend I've been looking for to be able to go travel with, or whatever, and so you'll know who this is for you. But this is a really powerful card for Geminis. All right, moving on to the Cancers. All right. So as many of you know, yours truly, I am a Cancer sun sign in Western astrology. I've recently been diving back into Vedic astrology. That's something I started studying several years ago. And that's when I discovered I actually have a different moon and rising sign in Vedic. I'm still a Cancer sun sign, but Vedic astrology doesn't focus on the sun sign. So it's been really interesting to compare that, and in the end, it's all energy. So it all works. But it's been fascinating. That's been my new endeavor lately with learning. I'm always trying to learn something new. All right, for Cancers, this is in your 7th house of long-term relationships. So this is your husband or wife, your spouse. This is your boss. This is a long-term contract with somebody. This is a business partnership. This is also the house of open enemies. So that could be a long-term relationship too, like your nemesis. Maybe you had a falling out with a partner. something around an ex that needs to be released. So this is really interesting here too. Yeah, Linda, I agree with you. Lack of patience. Yeah, patience has been a big one. We've all been asked to have a lot of patience. And I will say that, going into 2025, really, we're going to still be asked to have a lot of patience at least through May. So continue with that patience. And you know what the best thing to do because we did have this card right here about temporary standstills. The best thing to do with that is use it to have fun. When we're having to be really, asked to slow down and take our time with the project, go back to the drawing board, try to have fun with it. Oh, Linda says, go Vedic. Yeah, it's really interesting. I've been learning from a new teacher. Okay, moving into the Cancer relationships. Like I said, this is your 7th house. For your health and fitness, it says, listen to your intuitive feelings. Cancers, you are already highly, highly intuitive. You've got to listen. You've got to listen to your feelings. Now, this is where, Cancers, they're always nurturing everybody else. But in this new age, we're being asked to really focus on filling up our cup first before we go nurture others. So yeah, I think one of the big things to keep in mind too is that, when I see this card, this has a lot to do with being intuitive about the exercise you're doing or the foods you're consuming. So have you studied intuitive eating? Have you practiced intuitive eating? That could be really beneficial for you. That really helps me. Since I am a Cancer sun sign, I can tell you I do use intuitive eating, and I really listen to my body about food. And I also listen to my body if I make a choice that's a little indulgent, or I just am like, I don't know that I need this, but I want it. And then I listen to my body about how do I feel? But I'm also getting this for some type of exercise routine. There's something that you might be forcing yourself to do that you'd be better off listening to your intuition and trying something different. Okay. So I'm getting for a lot of Cancers, changing up your exercise routine could benefit you. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor. Consult your healthcare provider if there's something you need to for that. But, it's that age-old thing where we get stuck in a rut. We get stuck in a habit of the same old exercise routine, or maybe we're not moving our body enough. We need to add something to our routine. So you'll know what that is for you. Moving on to the career and finance for Cancers. Oh, here we go again. I knew this card was coming up for me as well. It's coming up for all of us, but I love it when the validation comes through the other cards. Since we are so emotional Cancers and we do have that watery energy, we do need to admit how we really feel about our career and finances. Is there something that just no longer excites you? You're ready to leave it behind. You're feeling stuck. Or it could be something around being, really not feeling seen with your career and finances. So you've got to be honest with yourself. Is what you are doing right now fulfilling you? Okay. If you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled with whatever you're doing for your career and finances, it's time to admit it. You've got to admit it. That's the first step, Cancers, is admitting to yourself you no longer enjoy the work you're doing or the path you're on or the project, or maybe even the people you're surrounded by with your work. So really be clear on admitting that. And then what did we have earlier about this card? We want to say, but I learned from it, right? I learned from it. When I left my small business consulting practice that I had for 16 years, I had to face the fact that I went to college to get my accounting and business administration degree. I put all that time and effort into building that business. And then I had this huge shift where I knew I needed to leave that behind. And I had to be honest with myself. But I don't regret everything I learned getting that degree and doing all that work. I learned a bunch. But I did have to get honest with myself that I really wasn't feeling like I was being allowed to do the work I was here to do. So really powerful there, Cancers. Let's move on to your relationships. Past life relationship. Uh-oh, watch out, Cancers. Somebody from your past they're energetically connecting with you right now. It could be an ex. It could be somebody from, your high school, college years that they're thinking about you. But it's somebody you've known before. Now, sometimes this is a actual past life relationship. So you didn't know them in this lifetime. Maybe you're connecting with them in the dream space. But with a new moon and new relationships coming in, oh, by the way, it's 9:44, right when I said that, which that's when this moon is. This new moon's at 9 degrees and 44 minutes, right? So another synchronicity for all of you there watching. There is somebody from your past that is connecting with you energetically. So just make sure you're really listening to your intuition about whether this is somebody you want to connect with. And also make sure you're not getting caught in new relationships because of that past life feeling where it's familiar and you're ignoring the red flags. So Cancers, you tend to want to ignore the red flags with relationships. So I'm really encouraging you that anybody who's recently come into your life, or if you're just having dreams about an ex-boyfriend or an old crush that was like unrequited, where maybe it was like a will they, won't they situation with somebody in your life and now they're on your mind again. Just be careful with that energy that you don't start focusing on that and miss an opportunity for something that's really good for your relationship. So we do have that energy of bringing better health to a current relationship, right? So it could be that wherever you are feeling challenged in a relationship, it's because you have a past together. There's something from the past you need to heal. But it could also be that your mind is caught on somebody else from the past instead of focusing on bringing better health to this relationship. So really powerful there for the Cancers. I'll probably have to sit and meditate with that one a bit myself. So I love how these messages are for anybody listening. All right, moving on to the Leos. Lovely Leos. All right, Leos, what do we have for you? This is happening in your 6th house. This is work, daily routine, pets, health. So what's going on for you with this new moon? And this card is going, ooh, wow. Powerful card for this being in your 6th house. Alternative medicine. So of course, again, disclaimer, not a doctor, not a healthcare provider here, but maybe you need to seek an alternative to bring in a better healthy routine. So this could be adding yoga to your weight routine, right? This could be consulting a holistic doctor along with your traditional doctor, doing both, right? This could be finding a new type of dentist. If somebody needed to hear that out there. Have you heard of a biological dentist? I did that once. I consulted a biological dentist. It brought clarity for me. I didn't need to continue to see that dentist, but it was nice to bring that additional information into something that I was facing. So, yeah, I'm getting for Leos, maybe just bringing in extra. Look, this Ace of Air card is popping up for me. There's something you need to get more information about with your health and fitness. It's going to give you a new idea. So it's not necessarily that you're, leaving behind a current healthcare provider or health and fitness routine. It's that you're adding something. It's going to really bring more to it, and I do see that with a lot of people who are really focused on their health. They don't do a lot of the recovery stuff. They're just really focused on their, training for a marathon or doing their weights, and they don't bring in that restoration of yoga or Pilates or other kinds of things that you can do to really restore your health. So Leos, definitely think about that with this new year. And of course, most people tend to think about their health routine going into the year, but you in particular, with this new moon being in your 6th house right before the new year, I'm definitely seeing that bringing in some kind of alternative will help you. All right. And then for Leos and their career and finance, it's going to be really important that you are assertive. You need to stand up for what you believe and only say yes if you really want to, right? More validation here. We were talking earlier about I am authentic. That's your personal power. What is no longer emotionally fulfilling? Don't say yes to everything, Leos. You have to really get clear on whether you really want that opportunity. And I know that can be hard to do. for everybody, but I think you in particular, Leos, you tend to want to, put yourself out there and say yes to all the opportunities coming through the door for fear of missing something. But your power with this new moon, Leos, and especially with career and finances, is going to be to not say yes to everything. Only saying yes to the things that your heart really wants. And you are ruled by the heart, Leos. So you have that golden opportunity right there to listen to your heart and be assertive and say, you know what? I don't want to accept that job offer. I don't want to do this creative project with this person. It doesn't feel right. So only if you really want it, Leos. That's really powerful with this new moon. And remember, this new moon does have a lot of that energy around releasing things that are not serving you. So you might have signed up for something that with this new moon energy, it's going to be, hey, listen, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm going to have to bow out of this situation. I'm not going to be able to do that project. I'm not going to be able to take that trip. I'm not going to be able to invest in this thing. Okay. So be very assertive, Leos. That's going to really benefit you. And then let's go into your relationships. Again, not always romantic. Let's see what we got here. So it says very soon you're going to have to clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So we have this energy here about needing to make a decision, stop procrastinating. Leos, this is crucial. I'm getting for you that, probably even before this new moon, you are going to have to make a decision about something with a relationship. If you really want to go to the next level with something, if you really want to have that ideal partnership, that ideal group of friends, there is something you're going to have to release and only choose what you really want, right? So, you can't say yes to everything. You just got to really, be clear. And this is going to really benefit all your relationships. We're all being asked to bring better health to a relationship. And for you, Leos, definitely making a decision soon about what you really want. Saying no to what you don't want. This is going to benefit you. Don't forget, we're going to do the bonus message to give a little clarity here at the end. Moving on to the Virgos. Virgos, what do we have for you here? Virgos, this new moon is happening in your 5th house. This is your romantic partners. This is your children. This is your creative projects. It's just an amazing opportunity to really focus on your creative projects. You're always going, doing. And, honestly, this is a chance for you to get creative, really tap into that creative side with this new moon, Virgos. So what do we have for your health and fitness? Wow. You have massage. I love this card for the Virgos. So Virgos, you're an earth sign. You're all about the body. You really feel your body. Actually, I'm recording this new moon video early, and the moon actually is in Virgo right now at the time I'm recording it. Of course, it will be in Capricorn for the new moon, but that's really interesting, Virgos, that you're getting, this card about a massage. So you're going to want to do something that makes your body feel good to bring health and fitness. Maybe it means actually getting a massage, but it could be doing some kind of other therapy, maybe seeking physical therapy for something you've been putting off dealing with. I know that's another thing with this card about making a decision. Sometimes we put up with aches and pains in our body that we don't need to. We could actually do something about it, but we procrastinate because we don't know who to go to. So start getting information around that. I'm guilty of that very thing. I put off dealing with a slipped disc issue for way too long until I finally, through a friend, I asked the angels for help. And sure enough, a friend calls me up and mentions a physical therapist. That's been a huge help to me, not just with that, but with other things. But I had to just acknowledge it that, wait a minute, I can't keep putting this off. So something with that, Virgos, will be really helpful. All right, moving on to your career and finance, Virgos. Okay, you're being asked to have patience. Now, a lot of us have been asked that, but because this is happening in your 5th house, there is something that you need to just take your time developing, being creative about. If you're feeling any kind of block with a creative project, again, allow things to unfold. There are other things that need to happen first. And then because this is happening in your 5th house as well, if you're looking to partner with somebody on something, you may have to wait for them to leave something behind to be able to take action on that creative project. So maybe it was a collaboration that just isn't going as quickly as you like. That other person first needs to finish something they're working on to make space in their calendar to work with you. So just definitely have patience. Now, this is the card for your career and finance, but I am getting for some of you, this is patience around finding that ideal spouse. So again, having patience. That person might need to go through some more healing before they become available for you. But we'll get a little clarity when we go to the next card here. But there's something around a creative project, a romantic partner, or children where you're being asked to be very patient here, and that will benefit your career and finance as well. So that could be that maybe you have young kids and you just need to take your time with your creative projects and your small business because your kids need you right now, right? A little more than normal maybe. So what do we have for relationships for the Virgos? Wow. We have the honeymoon card here. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. All right. So yes, I am getting that for a lot of you, having patience with a romantic relationship will be really beneficial. I am getting that for those of you who are seeking a romantic relationship, you're not one in one, that taking a trip will allow you to call this energy in, especially if it's something you would want to do with a romantic partner. For those of you who are in a romantic relationship, I'm getting that you might need to plan time away with each other. Okay. Maybe you do have young kids and you need to ask the grandparents to watch them so you can go out on a date night, or you can plan a little getaway. But this is going to benefit you, Virgos. If you're not seeking a romantic relationship, this is still having to do with all relationships. Maybe it's time to sign up for that spiritual retreat in that amazing place you've always wanted to visit, or just go ahead and plan a trip. But something around travel and time away is going to benefit all your relationships. Okay. Wonderful, Virgos. I love that for you guys. Let me know if you go somewhere. You planning any honeymoons or getaways? All right, moving on to the Libras. Libras, this new moon is happening in your 4th house. This is home and family. This is emotional security. So we're going to be thinking about things around that with this guidance here. This can also have to do with relationships to your mother or how you mother others, your mothering, nurturing energy. Even if you're, a dad or a male, like this is still about nurturing, right? It's ruled by the moon. This is a new moon. So let's go in and look at your health and fitness, Libras, for this new moon. We have consult a nutritionist. Okay, so again, we're not taking this literally. I'm not a doctor, but this is talking about the life-affirming foods that are going into your body versus the life-negating. It might be time to, if you've already been working with a nutritionist, set up another appointment, check in, right? See what's working, see what's not. It might be time to look into see what kinds of things are causing you to feel drained or like you don't have enough stamina for working out. Maybe you've just entered a new phase of your life where you need a little more help seeing what your body needs. Maybe you're recovering from something. Maybe you've been challenged by some kind of illness and it's time to just add some extra help through what you're eating and what you're consuming. So again, not a doctor, but this is Libras. What's the first thing that came to mind for you here? Something could really benefit from getting clear on what you're consuming, what's working for you and what's not. For Libras, with your career and finances, we have holiday again, just like Virgo's got. Yeah, some kind of trip is coming up for you. Is going to really benefit your career and your finance. So do you already have a trip planned where you're traveling somewhere? Just getting that time away sometimes is what benefits you. It gives you that new perspective. But I am getting for some of the Libras, you're actually going to be doing things on an upcoming holiday that's going to bring in more connections for you. It's also showing me that even during the holiday season, which we are in right now, there's going to be an opportunity to advance your career, advance your finances, make some more connections there. But you are going to want to, because this is in your fourth house, you're going to want to make sure you feel secure. So if you're traveling somewhere, make sure the place you're staying, you're going to feel really safe, really cozy. Maybe look for an aesthetic place, a nice little hotel to stay in, or do things that allow you to feel really good. Bring a buddy that's going to be your bestie on the trip, who can be there for you, and help you feel a little safe, or, just have fun together. But yeah, I'm getting for Libras, there's something coming up in the holidays and around travel where it's going to really benefit you. Just make sure you're feeling safe and emotionally secure there. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a term, but where you've got that person by your side when you're doing something new that can be there to say, you've got this, All right. So that's a really cool energy for the Libras with their career and finance. What do we have for relationships with the Libras? We have a wedding. Oh, this is cool. Are some of you getting married? But listen, there's a bunch of things coming up for me for the Libras. So Libras, this is not a literal reading, right? Some of you may say, oh no, I'm never getting married again. Or you already are married and you've no intention of renewing your vows anytime soon. But for Libras, because this is happening in your fourth house, there is something around a marriage or long-term contract that is affecting your relationships. And you do need to look to see, do you feel emotionally secure in that relationship? So it could have to do with a boss. It could have to do with putting money down on a house that you want to purchase, right? Because again, it's home and family. So this could be real estate. Are you looking to take your relationships to a new level by investing in a new home, moving to a location where you can feel emotionally secure? That could be where you meet someone. Or you could be in a situation where you're not feeling connected or emotionally secure because somebody else in your life is struggling with their marriage or their long-term contracts. So because this is a new moon, then I would say with us talking about what do we want to bring in, what has to go first. So is there someone in your life that is, again, not giving back the same amount of energy that you're putting into the relationship? Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be other, but I'm just going to say it. I'm getting that for some people, this could even be a situation where they're trying to start a new romantic relationship with somebody, but that person is stuck in the past. They're still getting over a failed marriage, or you want to get married and they don't, so you're not seeing eye to eye. You need to feel emotionally secure in all your relationships, Libras. That's the key here. So review and evaluate that. That's why we said we have to make a decision. Maybe you do need to seek that trustworthy friend to go on this trip with and just have heart-to-heart conversations. That's going to really benefit you, Libras. And I hope that it's easy for you to know who this relationship is, because once you get clear on that, your career and your finances are going to do so well. And if you haven't seen the 2025 angel messages, there is so much coming in for Libras. There's a lot of opportunities coming in for everybody, but I really encourage the Libras to go listen to those. All of you listen to the 2025 messages and get your pocket affirmation and bonus messages there. We're going to get to bonus messages here in just a moment. Let's move on from the Libras and move to the Scorpios. Scorpios, okay, what do we have for you guys? Scorpios, this is happening in your third house of communications, short distance travel, siblings, neighbors. Okay, so we're going to be thinking about those things as we go through your cards. And for Scorpios, for health and fitness, we have forgiveness heals. All right, since we were just talking about siblings and we were talking about neighbors and communication, there's something that needs to happen here to bring better health and fitness to you. Maybe it is being willing to forgive somebody who has hurt you in the past, a sibling, So it really could be any relationship here, but there is some type of forgiveness you need to bring in, Scorpios, to bring in better health and fitness. So what's the first thing that came to mind? Did you think about a parent? Did you think about a sibling? Did you think about a, situation with an ex-lover? Something in your past, if you forgive it and you really focus on healing, you're going to have so much better health and fitness in your life. So use this new moon energy to set that intention. And like I said, with it being the third house of communication, you may need to have a conversation with somebody, have a real heart to heart. Sometimes this is just journaling about it though, having the connection with your angels to say, help me heal through this, help me face this wound here, and really bring in healing. And that's going to really benefit you, and that's one of the things I'll do too. If I feel something is coming up for me over and over again, I'm like, this is something I need to face. I need to go deeper and figure out, why do I feel this way? And a lot of times we don't want to see it, right? It's kind of hard to look at the reasons we feel a certain way, but we need to be willing to forgive ourselves for that and allow that healing to occur. And of course, your angels will support you in that, Scorpios. So sending you so much love to do that. And let's talk about your career and finance, Scorpios. Wow, something big in the fall. Okay. So I'm getting two messages for this. So you're going to have to listen to your intuition, Scorpios, to know which one's for you. I'm getting that something just happened for you guys this past fall, right? Somewhere around the fall equinox, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. But I'm also getting, for some of you, this coming fall. So maybe it's those of you in Australia and New Zealand. Shout out to all of you in the Southern Hemisphere. Love seeing you in the comments, where maybe is coming in for you with the fall that will be coming for you when we go to spring. Up here in the north. So there is something really important that is going to bring a shift for you. Even if you are in the Southern Hemisphere and you're in summertime right now, and so you just came through the spring, I am still getting at that time of year, like around October, November 2024, you let go of something with career and finance, you released it. Because autumn is also that card of releasing, letting go, right? The trees release their leaves. Things, we bring in our harvest, right? So something happened for you, Scorpios, in the recent few months that is going to bring a big change, but you had to bring an ending to it. So if that felt a little tough to do, you're being encouraged to keep going with that, because it really will benefit you. Good morning, Jess. Good to see you. We're on the Scorpios, and when we get through all 12 signs, we will get to your bonus messages here. But we were just talking about paying attention to what recently happened for Scorpios in October, November time, because that's going to be bringing you a lot of benefit at this new moon about what you want to call in regarding your career and finance. So maybe you did realize it was time to leave a job. Maybe you did realize it was time to cut an expense. And this new moon is going to help you take action on that. You just got to make that decision to do it. Okay. Get the information you need. All right. So what do we have for relationships for Scorpios? Playfulness. I love this for the Scorpios. Recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So check out your 2025. All of you check out your 2025 angel messages. Scorpios, you got to get out there in that sunlight. I also do this Wednesday have my New Year angel messages coming out to help you set intentions for the new year. And I do all 12 signs, and there was energy for this, even more detail about this for you Scorpios, really being willing to get out of the shadows and go into the sunlight. Bring in that playfulness. Get outside and let the world see your light, Scorpios. This is going to bring so much more fun to all your relationships. So make sure you're taking that time to play, not just with romantic partners, but with your children, with your friends. Celebrate life, Scorpios. Okay, now moving on to the Sages. Sagittarius. Hello. How's it going? This new moon is happening in your second house of finances, self-worth. You have a lot coming up for you in 2025 around that. So definitely check out your 2025 messages. But for this new moon, let's check out your health and fitness. Okay, there is a need to take a look at who is helping you with your health care. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. This is not, the angels will never tell you what to do, but it might be that it's time to seek a second opinion on something going on with your health. What's been ailing you, Sages? Do you need to seek somebody else to help you heal through something? That's what I'm getting for a lot of the Sages out there, that you've been trying to get over something, and you need to get a second opinion on something. You need to try something different. So what's the first thing that came to mind for you? Of course, the angels are never going to tell us what to do, so listen to your intuition. But I have a feeling you all know exactly what they're talking about, Sages. For your career and finance, again, like I said, this is happening in your second house. So this does involve finances. All right, so this card, again, we're not taking it literally. For some of you, it might be literal. It says the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. So it could mean that something around your career and finances will benefit from working with your children. Maybe your child's going to bring you opportunities. Maybe you are going to need to start putting money aside for a new child that's coming into your life, a new grandchild. But for a lot of you guys, what I'm getting this card is really representing is if you finally give birth to that creative idea, if you finally take action on that, that's going to be what really benefits your finances. So what have you been procrastinating getting started with? Have you been wanting to take a small business to a new level? Have you been wanting to shift the direction of your business? What you're being asked to do with this new moon is give birth to that. That is going to really, really benefit your finances. It is 10:10 a.m. at the time I said that to you, Sages. That is a manifestation degree. So yeah, Sages, it's time to make that change. Give birth to that really amazing idea. Make a decision. You've got all these ideas up here, Sages. It's time to pick one and take action on it, right? And communicate this idea with those who you trust, who can support you. And then we got this message for the Leos, and I'm hearing it for you about only take the option you want. You've got all these ideas, Sages, but give birth to the one you really want. Don't do the practical one. Don't do the one your parents or your spouse or your kids say it makes sense. Do the one your heart wants, because ultimately those who love you will line up behind you and support you, but it has to be something you really want. So that's a really powerful message for you, Sages. Let's see what's going on with your relationships. For relationships in this new moon, it looks like time apart from somebody in your life is going to really benefit you. Now, some people look at this card as, oh no, I don't want to break up. I don't want to separate from someone. This is not what this card means. We don't take these things this literally. This literally could mean just time away makes the heart grow fonder kind of thing. Maybe your partner's taking a trip for work, and it's going to give you a chance to miss each other and have those great late night phone calls that you used to have when you were dating, and you don't anymore because you're together all the time. But now they're going on a trip, and you're going to have a chance to just really miss each other. This could also be having to do with just taking a vacation. So this could also be a work partner. Maybe you guys just both need to take a break. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye at work. And just taking a break, going on a holiday, getting away from work could really help the business relationship and help you get clarity on what needs to change. And of course, this could also be children where maybe they're just needing some independence and you need to go spend time with your romantic partner because your child or grandchild has been needing a lot of your attention. So you'll know what this means for you, but I am not seeing this as a breakup card. I'm seeing this as an opportunity for clarity and growth within a relationship. So whatever the first one that came to mind for you was likely it. It could be more than one relationship, but spend this next week really thinking about that so that you'll know what actions to take with the new moon. All right. A few more to go here before we get to your bonus message. We have the Capricorns. This is your new moon. Happy birthday, Capricorns. I am a Capricorn rising in Western astrology. Like I said, I found out not the case in Vedic, but it's been fascinating to look at. But in Western astrology, I am a Capricorn. I do actually find that I am more affected by my ascendant stuff for the most part. So I do pay very close attention to the Capricorn messages or my ascending. If you haven't listened to your ascending sign, definitely do that. But for Capricorns, of course, this is your new moon. So it is your first house. This is your self, your identity, your physical body, who you are. So we're going to be looking at that for your birthday season. Who do you want to see, or what do you want to be in 2025, right? I was going to say, like, who's the new you? And I guess that I should have just let those words come out, because that's what my angels were telling me to say. But you've had Pluto in your sign for such a long time. This is the new you. But how do you see yourself is going to be key here. So in this first house with this new moon here, Capricorns, let's look at your health and fitness. All right, so we've been getting so many messages, Capricorns, about listening to our intuition, right? Because we tend to take action on, this is just how it's done. This is what I know, so I'm going to do that. Instead of listening to what our heart really wants, listening to our intuition. So when I said those words that just wanted to come out of my mouth, who is the new you in 2025, Capricorns, take some time to meditate about that. Really take some time to visualize a year from now. Who is the new you? What are you wearing? What are you doing? What does your daily routine look like? You know, this is really important right now. And since this is in your health and fitness, it might mean you need to bring in more physical activity that allows meditation, like yoga or some kind of practice that allows you to just get into a state of flow. I know a lot of runners talk about the runner high, right? I mean, that's a form of meditation too. It's different, right? It's a moving meditation, but for your health and fitness, it's going to benefit from meditation. It could also be that you just need to take that time to be still. Maybe you've been going, and it's time to slow down, because a lot of us did have guidance around stress-related health concerns right here as a challenge. And so for Capricorns, I am getting that maybe it's time to slow down a little bit. I know for me personally, I am planning to really slow down next week over the holiday. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video early, so you would all have time to really contemplate these messages before the new moon. And then, like I said, I pre-recorded the Wednesday live so that you guys can have messages that day that's going to really help you with the new year, but that I'm also, I'll be in relaxing and quiet time meditation. This time of year, I redo my vision board. I really think about, what do I want? What do I not want anymore? And that was one of the things we know is our personal power, right? All of us here watching, if something's not emotionally fulfilling, we've got to face the issue. We've got to stop procrastinating about that. And we need to make a decision. Okay. So Capricorns, do that. Do some meditation there. That's going to benefit you. What do we have for your career and finance, Capricorns? Oh, another marriage card. Fascinating. We got this for, who was the one that got the marriage? It involves marriage. I don't remember now. But this is really fascinating. So again, we're not taking this literally, but there may be some kind of offer coming in for a long-term contract that's going to benefit your career and finance. It could also actually mean you and your spouse are going to be doing something together, or you're going to be getting married this year, and it's going to benefit your career because you're going to have that emotional support. And I do find that when the angels talk about the different areas of our life, they want us to have balance in all areas, right? If you are totally ignoring the romance area of your life to focus on your career, things do get out of balance. Whereas if we have that security there, and that emotional security and that love and support, that can help us really shine. So it might be that you need to bring your spouse in on something you're doing to support you. Maybe you need to ask your spouse to help out more with the kids, or watch the kids while you go on a work retreat, so you can make connections. So you'll know what that is for you, but I definitely see that some kind of long-term commitment will be supporting you. So for some of you, it is an offer to be part of something long-term, maybe signing a contract. But for a lot of you, it's just having that emotional support in some type of relationship so that you can focus on your career and fitness, career and finances. Okay, Capricorns, let's move on to your relationships. Okay, worth waiting for, right? Wow, divine timing is at work in your love life. See, I love that. That is so nice. That is so nice. You know, we just have to slow down, listen to our intuition, and trust that the people we are meant to work with are coming to us. So this is not just a romantic relationship. This could be that ideal collaboration. This could be this ideal job opportunity that really takes your career to the next level. This could be, you know, you're really wanting to start a family, but you don't feel like you've met the right person, or you want to get to a certain place in your career before you make that long-term commitment. But there is, you know, it is worth waiting for that amazing love life, okay? And again, having love for all your relationships, feeling secure. This is your first house, so really feeling worthy and authentic. And that was our pocket affirmation earlier. I am authentic, so you want to feel like you can be authentic in all your relationships. And it's worth waiting for the right person. So if you're in a relationship right now where you're not able to really be yourself, you're being asked to take a step back and say, you know, is this right for me, or do I need to wait for the person that allows me to be authentic? Now, again, this could be a business partnership, right? Where you just have different motives. It could be waiting for the right job opportunity so that you can really shine. So you'll know what that is for you, Capricorns. All right, moving on to the Aquarians. Aquarius. What's going on with the Aquariuses? Well, this is happening in your 12th house. The subconscious, dreams, hidden enemies, just really deep, deep things. 12th house can be tough. You know, this is right before your birthday season. So I can certainly attest to how the 12th house feels. It can be challenging, but also it can bring powerful revelations. So let's see, what do we have for the Aquarians here for this new moon in their 12th house? We have divine intervention for your health and fitness. All right. So this is really powerful. There is going to be something that is going to really make it clear on what you need to do for your health and fitness. Maybe it's just something changes dramatically in your life and you're like, okay, I've got to face this issue. Maybe a friend recommends a new physician to you that really helps you get on the right track. Maybe a yoga studio opens up 2 feet from your house and you realize, I really need to bring yoga back into my health and fitness. And now I have no excuse because I can walk across the street. There's some kind of divine intervention that's coming in for the Aquarians with your health and fitness. Now, I never want to call in anything worrisome or fearful. The angel messages are not meant to be fearful. Always loving, gentle nudges. But for some Aquarians out there listening, if you're not paying attention to your health, there may be a divine intervention that causes you to have to stop and take care of it. So of course, that's where we kind of want to avoid those tower moments where the decision is made for us. So really slow down, pay attention to your health. Have you been overworking yourself, Aquarians? Have you been giving too much energy away and it's time for you to take that back? Really spend a lot of time in quiet contemplation over this next week and a half, Aquarians. And it's 10/22. 22 is an Aquarian rule degree. And it's 1 hour and 22 minutes that we've been doing this live. All right, Aquarians, I'm just going to say it. You guys need to take a break. You need to go on a vacation, staycation. You need to do some meditation. Please check out my New Year angel messages that are coming out on Wednesday. There were some really important messages for you there. So definitely do this for your own health and fitness and well-being. All right, moving on to career and finance for the Aquarians. We have daughter. All right. The answer to your question involves your daughter. Now, I know a lot of you are going, I don't have a daughter. I don't even have kids. Or I do have kids, but they're not daughters. That's not what this energy means directly, but there may be a younger woman in your life who can support you with something in your career and finance, who can bounce ideas around with you about your career and finance, who can actually open doors for you. I'm getting that too. For some of you, there may be a younger woman in your life that can connect you with somebody in your life that would benefit your career and finance. For some of you, it feels like you might have a partner coming in that has a daughter. And so there's going to be some energy around that where the daughter is benefiting you. But yeah, think of the first person here. There's something around that. Again, it could also be that idea of giving birth to a child or a creative project. Maybe whatever it is that you're wanting to take to the next level involves a lot of that divine feminine energy. So maybe you're wanting to bring a nurturing in mothering energy into your career and finance. Maybe you're doing counseling or some kind of ministry for others. They're saying that this is going to really benefit you. So just look to see where that divine feminine energy could benefit your career and finance, Aquarians, especially with this new moon in your 12th house. All right, they told me to just say that one of you had a past life with a daughter as well. So recall that past life. That's going to benefit you. I just say what they tell me. So moving on to Aquarians relationships. Ooh, you have an engagement coming up. All right, we don't take this literal, but some of you somebody may be popping the question for you guys over this new moon, which is exciting. Congratulations if that's something you want in your life. But this is also all types of relationships. So taking something to a higher commitment. And I am getting for a lot of you Aquarians, this is actually going to a higher level of commitment with what you want to do with your career and finance. There's something that you've been putting on the back burner, and it's time to let go of other commitments and focus on what your heart wants to do. Now, because this is happening in your 12th house, this could be somewhere where you've had the illusion that something you're doing in a relationship is going to benefit you long term. And then it's going to be revealed to you with this new moon that actually, no, that's not going to benefit you. You need to go back to doing what your heart wants. But the other thing that comes to mind with something like a card like engagement, when you choose to get engaged to somebody traditionally, it means you're not dating anybody else any longer. You're closing off all options to potentially being with somebody else, right? So this is the same kind of idea here around maybe you are needing to let go of other commitments and focus on just one thing that you really want. Your relationship to your health, your relationship to your career, your relationship to your people in your life, okay? So this is going to be really, really powerful. And again, we did get this card about our personal power being what's no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. Something you have been in a relationship doing used to really fill up your cup. It doesn't fill up your cup anymore, Aquarians. It drains you. So we want to look for those long-term relationships that allow you to feel fulfilled. And congratulations to anybody that's getting engaged. Alrighty, moving on to the Pisces. Patient Pisces. Patient, beautiful Pisces. You guys always have to wait to the end, don't you? I've tried changing up the order in the past, and I get comments from the Aries. They're like, wait a minute, I don't want to wait that long. No, that's not why I do it. I do it actually just because it's just easier to remember where I am in it. But thank you for being so patient, Pisces. This new moon is happening in your 11th house. This is your social networking. This is how people view you. This is, somewhat related to your 10th house in the sense that it might be, your public reputation is now seen on a broader scale. So this is really, really exciting stuff for Pisces. So whatever plans you have coming up, I'm already getting the guidance that it's going to really benefit you. So let's check out what this new moon is all about for the Pisces in your health and fitness. All right, they're saying stretch. So, I feel like, let me go with I don't always take these cards literally, right? We don't do that. I just hear what's coming through for you. But what I'm getting for Pisces is they're wanting you to stretch your goals, like stretch your stretch your schedule out. That's what I'm hearing, where you are making more time for physical activity. So think about your daily routine right now. How many hours a day are you sitting at a desk? How many hours a day are you doing things where you're sedentary? They are asking you to stretch yourself, get out there. You know, if you normally walk a mile a day, go a mile and a quarter, right? If you normally, only go to the gym that's 2 miles away, maybe there's a gym that's 5 miles away that you'll enjoy a lot more. Stretch yourself. Be willing to push yourself. I don't like saying push, but it's just that there's that idea of stretching is, can you go a little further with something in your health and fitness, right? So think about that, whatever that is for you. But I am getting it's around physical activity. Maybe just going a little further with what you're doing is going to benefit you. It could have to do with something you're consuming or the way that you consume things, but I'm really getting, for most of us, this is about movement with the body, Pisces. And of course, it's our 11th house. So I do feel too that like stretching yourself to get out there and make those connections, it could be that joining that new gym down the road is how you meet a new group of friends, or you get that new job opportunity, right? Okay, for Pisces, for your career and finance, we have let go. Well, that's it. Let go, Pisces. I know something came into your mind right now. There's something that you are holding on to that is not working. It's just not working. And you keep trying to force an outcome, force it to get better. Maybe you're trying to get a certain result too fast, and you're not allowing divine timing. I am getting that for some of you. Maybe you've set a goal for yourself that you're really pushing towards, but somehow in the pushing, you're blocking yourself. So I am hearing get out of your own way, Pisces, for something with your career and finance. You're holding too tight to something. It could be some traditional viewpoint. For example, the one I was saying earlier, where I went to school, I got my degree in accounting and business administration, so I have to do accounting and business administration. It's like, let go of the box you've put yourself in for whatever this is for your career and finance. By the way, I love this card. It's so pretty. It's like, I do feel like it's that idea of just being in divine flow, letting things unfold the way they're meant to unfold, Pisces, and don't miss out on those opportunities coming through the door, because you're too focused on something else, saying, oh, well, I can't take that opportunity because I have to finish this first. Or, well, I don't want to start that new thing because the last time I did it, it didn't work. But you'll know what this is for you. Just really let your heart lead you and let go of trying to control the outcome is the main message I'm getting for Pisces with career and finance. So for relationships, Pisces, what do we have for you here? So it looks like you have a relationship in your life that is affected by religious factors. This could be that your spouse was raised in a very traditional religion and you're very spiritual and you're not seeing eye to eye on some things. This could be that, maybe you're needing to release something from the past and go deeper with your spirituality, and that's going to call in that ideal partner. A lot of times we don't realize we're hanging on to the way we were raised, and we're not open to somebody coming into our lives that's from a different background, right? So if you were somebody that was raised in a traditional Catholic house, per se, maybe, and you really haven't cleared everything around that, even though you've gone to a new system of believing, and there's this partner waiting for you who maybe comes from a Buddhist background or is very just spiritual in general and doesn't have that traditional background, you could be subconsciously blocking that person from coming in because you haven't really released these old viewpoints. Now, Pisces, coming up in the next year, people are going to be really looking to you for guidance on using their intuition. So it's going to be important that you are trusting your intuition and you are staying in that divine flow to call in these other people. Since this is happening in your 11th house, I am getting that you have a much larger audience or social network waiting for you once you really release these old religious factors that are causing you to block these people from coming in. So there's something around getting out of your own way is going to benefit all of your relationships, Pisces. So really powerful there. You're right there, Pisces. It's right there for you, that person. And that did come up for you a lot more detail in the 2025 angel messages that are already live and ready to watch now. And the ones I'm going to release Christmas Day for setting New Year's intentions. There was a lot around this too, Pisces. For all of us, I did all 12 signs. I did all 3 areas again. I did bonus messages, of course, and we're going to get to your bonus messages now. It is now 10:33, another angel message. And we also have, good morning, Paul. We also have the bonus message we're coming to right now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was looking at the angel number. I've had so many angel numbers today, even before I started the live. Okay, if we're going to wrap up this video with a bonus message, and I'm doing something totally new. I want you to think of a question that has a yes or no answer, and I'm going to pull 3 cards, and I'm going to give you guidance, and you are going to feel whether it's a yes or a no. This is going to be, I'll give you some guidance that's coming through, but this is going to be a chance for you to use your intuition on whether something is a yes or a no. And that's why I'm keeping it really simple. I'm going to give you another minute while I explain this. What is a question you have where you need a yes or no answer? And I'm going to be pulling 3 cards, and I'm going to be giving you guidance. And I would love to hear in the comments whether you're getting a yes or no from that. Please let me know what you're having a question on. I mean, this could be as simple as, do I go to that holiday party tonight? This could be, do I take that job opportunity next year? Am I going to get that job opportunity? Am I going to call in that romantic partner I've been seeking? Like, think of it. But I want it to be yes or no, because I'm giving you this opportunity to start practicing using your intuition. That's my biggest passion in life, is activating other light workers and teaching you how to use your natural born intuitive abilities. So do you have your question in mind? If you don't, feel free to hit pause and think of your question. Before we pull these cards, I do want to remind you to make sure you are signed up for my free newsletter at devondoer.com, where you can get my ebook, Is It a Sign, as my gift to you, and stay up to date on upcoming videos, classes, and offerings. I do have an angel class I'm starting in 2025. There is a link below for a survey. I'm asking all of you to tell me, if you were to take an angel class with me, what would you like to know? I am going to be offering coaching calls, so you will have time with me in a classroom setting. We'll probably be doing Zoom, I'm guessing. And it's going to be really fun. So as soon as I have the format ready on that, I'm going to be sending that information out. So make sure you are signed up for my free newsletter at devondoer.com. And I do want to help you with connecting with your angels, with developing your natural born intuitive abilities. You are a light worker. You are here. These videos found you because you are ready to activate them or take them to a higher level, because many of you are already using your intuition big time. But we're all in here to do this together. All ships rise with the tide. So that's my goal, is to help you there. Oh, and let me take off the Pisces sign so I'm not confusing everybody. So yeah, this is the yes or no question. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. What is the answer for all of those listening for their yes or no question? And I definitely want to hear, are you getting a yes or a no? And feel free to tell me what you're asking about if you want. All right, we've got a not the right time. We've got get more information. And we've got no need to worry. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this because it's not as obvious as it seems. You might think not the right time means no. It's not a no, it's a not yet. You might think get more information means somebody's hiding something from you, or they're not the right person, or it's not the right job. That's not what it means. They already told us we have a complex decision to make, and we need to stop procrastinating. Get the information. And then no need to worry. This is where, by taking action and getting the information, we will be able to make a decision. We will be able to make the decision that is in our highest interest if we take action. So was that a yes or no for you? Let me know in the comments. I will see you next time. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.